Hello everyone, coming to you live, doing the Nightfall for week 8. We're going to the Nexus. Your modifiers as usual, Nightfall and Epic. And the 3 actual modifiers for this week, Angry, so no flinching from enemies, Juggler, so no ammo drops for your equipped weapon, and Void Burn. That's actually going to work out in our favor. Weapons I'm using, Hawkmoon, Praetith's Revenge, and the Swarm. Any void damage stuff is going to do you wonders here, obviously. I'm not going to use Atheon's Epilogue. That's just going to make it too easy, and not everyone has access to Atheon's Epilogue, but a lot more people have access to stuff like the Devil You Know or other legendary gear, so I'm just going to stick with Hawkmoon because everyone has access to Hawkmoon technically. My gear, just raid gear. Nothing special. I'm only level 28, so probably should be doing this on my main, but whatever. Defender, nothing crazy. Magnetic, Weapons of Light, War Machine, Codex 1 and 5, Bastion, and Illuminated. So this week is not too bad. The Void Burn actually really works out in our favor. By the way, I'm speaking very softly because it's very early in the morning, and I don't want to wake up my neighbors. So, like I was saying, the Void Burn really works out in our favor. There's only a few enemies that even do void damage in this entire place. We'll wave. Hello. So, as you're walking in, bum rush these stairs right in front of us because we're going to have a group of enemies come down. And it's just nice to get them as they're running down the stairs before they become a threat. And then right after that, you're going to have a pack come from over here. Try and nade them if you got void, or just heavy them down. The Shanks I like to heavy down because of their shields. Gotta be careful for those Vandals. So, which brings me to my next point. These Reaver Vandals are probably the most threatening thing in this place. After you kill this pack, you're either going to get a pack of enemies spawning up there, or they're going to be spawning out of the right side. Oh, it's behind me. And yes, I saw that heavy. I'm going to go grab it. So now when these big groups of enemies start spawning, you don't have to push up. You don't have to get in their face. You know, it's preferred that you kind of keep them contained in this room, but they'll kind of stay in there. But you do not need to be very aggressive because the Reaver Vandals, the yellow health bar ones, are going to wreck you. That's probably the most threatening thing in here. It's not void damage, it's those Reaver Vandals, because they shoot a lot and they will shoot together. And they will quickly drop you. So try and take them out as fast as possible. The Servitor will do void, so be wary of that. But those Reaver Vandals really got to be killed super fast because they will totally overwhelm you. And after that, you're going to get a few more enemies. Just drop them. Now after this pack is dead, you're going to start seeing more of a sprinkling of the enemies throughout the entire area. Come in here and scoop up all the ammo that you can. And back here is going to be your friend. Okay, right back here, because you're not going to be able to contain right away. You probably could, but it's pretty high effort. Take any free shots you got. That Reaver Captain, very, very threatening. Keep eyes on it. These Vandals, very threatening if you stay out in the open for too long. They will absolutely drop you. Just try and get rid of that Captain. That Captain's pretty threatening. And generally after that Captain goes down, It's going to be a little bit safer because nothing else really spawns with yellow health bar. There's no majors. So it gets a little bit safer to patrol. And you don't have to worry about light switch, so you can go up and punch things in the face. And generally after you get this big wave down, you should be done with everything. You're just going to have this one more servitor, which you can take down from down low. And he's not a big deal. Boop. And then we'll move on to the next part. We're going to have 3 melee vandals come down the stairs. You can wait for them, you can go to them, or you can punch them in the face. I like to punch them in their face. This next room, little bit dangerous. You can see right up top there the hailstorm of bullets that just rain upon you. So you do not want to stand in this doorway for too long. Once you get those shanks down, it's generally okay to jump up. Especially because those Reaver Vandals really like to jump down. And these stealths only have red health bars, so they're not a big threat. And those Reavers, they jump downstairs. They'll come back up, but you can just totally run past them. If they jump down and you're done with the invisible dudes, just run right past. They're not going to chase you. So you don't have to worry about it. And now we're moving on to the second half.
We're getting close.
So jump down, just a bunch of dregs and vandals, nothing too much of a threat. Usually you can punch them. You should, I'm not doing this enough, but you should be swapping weapons every so often to make sure you're getting the ammo drops of the other weapons that you have, especially that heavy. I'm not getting a lot. But just in case, you should always bring heavy ammo synthesis, or all ammo synthesis. So down here we're going to have 3 harpies with arc shields, but they don't do any sort of void damage, so I just like to chuck a couple of nades on them. 1, 2, and where's the third? And then the third we can just kill. And there we go. So this next part is, you know, not too bad, but if you're not ready for it, you will absolutely get wrecked. We're going to have about 3 or 4 regular goblins outside. And then we're going to have 2 Axis goblins, so yellow health bar, 2 Minotaurs, and 2 Hobgoblins. The Minotaurs and the Goblins do void damage, so you need to be careful. If you don't see the Axis Goblin, there's sometimes one over there. If you don't see it, just kind of peek out, take out those Hobgoblins. You can already see the damage starting to pile on. The Goblins use the Minotaur guns, so they do void damage, so you need to be careful. Try and be patient, try to hit the crit spot. I think I still killed him. There we go. Void Sniper works great. If these Minotaurs were a little bit angled differently to get easier shots. There we go. 1 and 2. So be careful of those dudes. If you need to use heavy, use heavy. It's fine. It's definitely one of the most threatening parts. And then we got a couple of goblins over here. Not a big threat. Sometimes they'll patrol up the stairs, you know, if you catch their attention. So just be wary of that, but they're not a big threat. Coming down, here is going to be a pack of like 5 or 6 goblins if they haven't teleported, and they haven't. Be careful with throwing nades. I was not too careful, but sometimes they can teleport, and if they teleport right on top of you, and you're using void damage, that means instant death, so be careful. Sometimes that pack will have already teleported up if you're taking a little bit longer. Just be wary, but they're not a big deal. Last thing before the boss, or second to last thing, this big goblin wave. If you got rockets, now's a great time. I don't, but I do have nades, which work pretty efficiently. And hopefully you'll get ammo. I got some heavy, and that was about it, so I'm going to need to use a special consumable for this part coming up. Because this part, we're going to be staying up top. Because if you go down and fight the boss how you're supposed to, it's going to be a pretty rough time. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay up here. To activate the fight, you need to kill all of the Minotaurs down low. So be careful. These guys do void damage. So be careful killing them. And our main issue staying up here is going to be this guy, if he would like to spawn. I don't know if he's going to spawn yet. There he is. The Minotaur that spawns behind. Now see, what kind of bugs me about this is that Bungie, it feels like Bungie knows people do this, yet all they do is just send a Minotaur that's very easily killed. Like, why don't they just put a door here? So like, you have to drop down. They just put a door here where you can't shoot the boss, and that's it. I don't know why they don't do that. Anyway, enough on that. We're gonna use a special ammo synthesis. So that this guy, the Minotaur, will spawn. Oh, there he is again. Every about 20 to 30 seconds. And it is definitely in your best interest to kill it before it starts teleporting and starts shooting you, because then very bad things happen to your body. And then you're going to have to do this all over again. So be very careful. There's a lot of splash damage. 2, 3. Oh, it's getting stuck on a wall. And definitely got to keep an eye on your radar as well, because that thing will destroy you very, very quickly. Keep a lookout for these dudes. There they are. You have to get very low. Don't fall off the cliff. Fall off the cliff. There's no way back up here. God, he is just in a brilliant spot, isn't he? And that's why you want to pay attention to your radar. So you don't do that.
The Nexus. It's
okay, I guess you don't have to kill all of them, because there's one still alive, so that's not good. So this guy is, you know, it's going to be a little bit tough up here because he's only going to shoot you, and he shoots void damage, and there's a lot of splash damage. So you need to be very careful. Pick your shots wisely. And don't rush. Keep an eye on your radar. Make sure you're killing those Minotaurs, because that's the last thing you want to die to is those Minotaurs. Just take a few shots when you can, and then as soon as you break into the red, just back out. Wait to regen. You see he's kind of shooting off to the right, so we're going to approach from the left. We're going to re-aggro. And now here comes the Minotaur. You can even see, even if you don't let him teleport, he's still going to absolutely pour the damage on you, so be careful. Switch in between all of your weapons. And just take it slow. It was not this bad when I was doing it on my first run. So we should have that Minotaur coming pretty soon. Apparently when he's back there, that's when you can really start to actually get some damage on him without worrying about your life. Alright, he spawned some more sniper ammo, so that's good. And we'll just take it slow. But be careful, because even if you back up, you can see he's hitting these back walls over here. The splash damage is huge. You can see it's crazy right now. I mean, it's going to go away pretty soon. Yeah, we should be able to get him on this. Where is he? There he is. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And that is your Nexus. Please give me something good. I don't know why they just don't put in a door here. You know? Why just something that closes?
One tendril.
So you have to go down there. I don't understand.
But their presence here still grows.
You know?
In other dark places, far out.
I don't know. I don't know why they
We
don't
must
do that.
continue to
This is
understand
a
their
stupid
power
body.
And haunt the realms where they gather.
But there you go, guys. There's your solo Nightfall for week 8. The Nexus. Here's a stupid body. Laugh at it. I'm gonna sit on it. And there we go. What'd I get? 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 Probably crap. And oh, Mask of the Third Man for my hunter. That's never gonna exist on this account. Yay. Alright, guys.